Hear these words, my friends, for I am about to illuminate one of Shi Heng Yi's most powerful, most unusual teachings ever shared, a truth that echoes the deepest wisdom of the ages. Tonight, as the clock ticks and the world outside hums, this might just unfold as the most pivotal, most defining night of your very existence. Not because of any grand, dramatic event that may unfold in the outer world, but because of a quiet, profound shift that is destined to awaken and deepen within the sacred chambers of your spirit. So, I urge you, stay with me, for the insight I am poised to share is far more than a simple technique or a passing idea. It is a fundamental spiritual key, a living principle. Should you truly embrace and practice this divine truth beginning tonight, it possesses the immense power to utterly reshape the reality you awaken to tomorrow, a dawn you might have only dreamed of. And this journey, this profound revelation, begins with one deceptively strange yet profoundly potent sentence, a mantra Shi Heng Yi himself, with great wisdom, imparted to his eager students over 7 decades ago. Let us delve into this mystery and uncover the truth that awaits. Many years ago, in the unfolding tapestry of the mid-20th century, a great teacher named Shi Heng Yi shared a lecture that quickly became legendary, a testament to the power dwelling within each of us. He called this profound demonstration the ladder exercise. His ultimate purpose was to illuminate an essential spiritual truth, that our imagination, the sacred workshop of our inner being, doesn't merely influence our reality, but actively creates it. This creation, dear friends, is not a matter of waiting for the right moment or a distant future. It happens now in the deepest chambers of our subconscious mind. To prove this truth beyond all doubt, Shi Heng Yi instructed his students with a simple yet astonishing task. For 3 consecutive nights, just before slipping into the gentle embrace of sleep, they were to whisper a peculiar phrase to themselves over and over again, allowing its rhythm to sink into their very core. I will not climb a ladder. They were to say it slowly, with focused intent, until the words resonated deep within. Yet crucially, immediately after uttering this declaration, they were to do precisely the opposite in their mind's eye. Vividly imagine themselves climbing a ladder. They were to visualize every detail, the foot rising to meet the first rung, the hands grasping the sides, the texture of the ladder beneath their touch, the room around them, the sense of ascent. The instruction was clear. Feel the climb as if it were undeniably real, then peacefully drift into slumber. The results that followed this simple exercise were nothing short of astonishing, yet profoundly illuminating. One after another, the students returned with remarkable stories. Many had vivid dreams of climbing ladders. Some found themselves needing to use a ladder unexpectedly in their daily work, and others even noticed a ladder inexplicably appearing outside their homes or workplaces. Why did such an unusual series of events unfold? The answer lies in a fundamental spiritual law. Despite the spoken words, "I will not climb a ladder," what truly captivated their inner world, what they felt and pictured with such intensity, was the undeniable experience of climbing. And herein lies the key, a truth many often overlook. Your subconscious mind, the vast receptive ocean within you, does not primarily respond to your spoken words alone. Rather, it responds with immense power to what you feel to be real, to the vivid impressions of your imagination. Shi Heng Yi was demonstrating that creation does not spring forth from mere linguistic declarations. It arises from the underlying state behind your words. You can articulate, "I do not desire this experience," but if you are simultaneously rehearsing it within your spirit, deeply feeling it as real through your imagination, you are, in essence, drawing it directly into your manifested reality. This then was the profound teaching Shi Heng Yi imparted, that your inner world, the sacred sanctuary of your consciousness, is ultimately the source of law governing your outer experience. The subconscious, you see, does not operate on human logic or linear reasoning. It does not comprehend yes or no in the way our conscious mind does. Instead, it attunes itself to the symphony of repetition, the vibrational frequency of emotion, and the vibrant images of imagination. Therefore, when you uttered, I will not climb a ladder, yet vividly, emotionally, and repeatedly imagined yourself doing so, your subconscious did not register the not. It simply embraced the powerful mental rehearsal, perceiving it as the truth you were impressing upon it, and responded, "Ah, this is the reality being practiced. Let it be brought forth." This insight illuminates why many may pray for a breakthrough, yet linger in a deep-seated feeling of lack, or why they might affirm abundance while unconsciously picturing growing stacks of unpaid bills. The words by themselves do not manifest. It is the feeling, the felt reality of your inner state that truly calls things into being. Thus, the pivotal inquiry is not merely, what words am I speaking, but rather, what reality am I truly rehearsing and accepting in the sacred theater of my imagination? For it is precisely in that imaginative realm that the very essence of your future is being lovingly, yet powerfully molded and brought forth. This seemingly simple ladder test then reveals itself as one of the most direct, potent, and deeply spiritual exercises ever gifted by Shi Heng Yi. For if you possess the power to impress and move your subconscious with an image as humble as a ladder, then truly you hold the capacity to move the greatest mountains in your life. Now, dear seeker, lend me your ear and your spirit, for I shall guide you through this profound ladder test in a manner both simple and extraordinarily potent. Before we proceed, however, let us attune to a deeper understanding. This exercise has never truly been about a physical ladder. The ladder is but a symbol, a doorway. Its true purpose is to provide undeniable, tangible proof that your inner world, your deepest thoughts, feelings, and imaginings, is the architect of your outer experiences. Once you have personally witnessed this spiritual truth, once you have felt that inner reality beautifully spill forth into your tangible world, then I urge you to embrace this profound power. Use it consciously to transform your financial well-being, to bring healing and vitality to your physical body, and to gracefully realign your relationships, your sacred career path, and your very destiny. For this is the unyielding truth, the divine secret. If you can vividly climb a ladder within your imagination and then witness its manifestation in your daily life, then you truly hold the power to ascend into a completely new existence, a new abundance, a new vocation, even an entirely new and empowered identity. As I walk you through these steps, I implore you, do not treat this as a casual experiment. We are engaging with fundamental spiritual law, the very mechanics of creation itself. And once you witness this law in action, once you perceive its undeniable effectiveness, the veil will be lifted, and you will forever know the truth of your own creative power. So, with this profound why now resonating within you, let us gently and intentionally move through the exact method of performing the ladder test the right way. Remember, this is not an endeavor to be rushed. It is a sacred communion between your conscious intention and the boundless wisdom of your subconscious. Let us begin with step 1. Prepare for your journey by lying in bed. But understand, this is no ordinary act of preparing for slumber. This is a sacred ritual, a deliberate entry into a hallowed space. As you settle into your bed tonight, do so not with the casualness of habit, not with your mind distracted by external devices or on automatic pilot. You are, in truth, entering the profound sanctuary of your subconscious mind, a fertile ground awaiting your cultivation. You are meticulously preparing the soil for a new and vibrant reality to take root and flourish. Therefore, gently dim the lights, allowing the outer world to recede into darkness. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath, letting each inhale and exhale soothe your spirit. Release the tension in your shoulders, permit your thoughts to quiet, and feel your body grow wonderfully heavy, as if the bed itself cradles you in divine stillness. While your physical form rests, your inner awareness begins to subtly expand and rise. For it is precisely here, in this liminal, delicate space between full waking and the cusp of sleep, that you find yourself nearest to the cosmic doorway. This is the very threshold that leads directly to your subconscious, and through it, to the boundless creative power of God residing within you. This, my dear friends, is not merely bedtime. It is a luminous portal, a magnificent meeting point where your current earthly experience gently interfaces with the magnificent new world you are on the verge of consciously creating. Honor this moment as truly holy ground, for you are not simply retiring for the night. You are stepping deliberately into the temple of your own spiritual transformation. Now we proceed to step 2, entering the sacred state akin to sleep, or SATS. This particular phase, I assure you, is of paramount importance. Indeed, it is the very essence of the practice. Shi Heng Yi profoundly understood this unique state, and should you master the art of consciously dwelling within it, you will find yourself capable of manifesting virtually any desire. In sets, your aim is not to completely fall into slumber, nor is it to force yourself to remain fully awake. Instead, you gracefully settle into the exquisite in-between, a hallowed twilight zone that exists precisely where the conscious and subconscious minds gently merge, and where the veil separating dimensions becomes beautifully thin. Here the clamor of the surface mind begins to quiet, and your deeper, all-knowing self attentively begins to listen. Allow your breath to deepen and slow. Feel your muscles effortlessly melt, and let the concerns and events of the day gently dissolve from your awareness. This is a state without pressure or strenuous effort. It is simply a state of pure being. You are not analyzing, nor are you actively planning or scripting. You are merely allowing your awareness to serenely float, as light and untethered as a feather suspended between unseen realms. You may feel as if you are gently drifting in and out, close to falling asleep, but an alert, quiet part of your consciousness remains wonderfully awake. This, dear friends, is the gateway, the powerful entry point we call sets. It is the most fertile soil imaginable for the seeds of manifestation to take root, for it is precisely here that your conscious desires can subtly bypass the often critical and analytical outer mind, allowing them to plant themselves deeply and firmly within the receptive heart of the subconscious. And remember this immutable truth: the subconscious, once truly impressed, must invariably express its contents into your tangible world. This practice is not about striving harder. It is about surrendering more deeply, trusting the inherent wisdom within. Because in this sacred state of sats, your imagination transcends mere fanciful play. It transforms into an undeniable prophecy. With your being now peacefully settled within sats, we transition to step 3, imagine the ladder. Keeping your eyes gently closed, begin to allow the image of a ladder to gracefully appear before your inner vision. Do not rush this delicate process. Do not try to force the vision into being. Simply permit it to emerge from the depths of your imagination. Perhaps it manifests as weathered wood rich with texture, or perhaps as cool polished metal. It might be impressively tall, stretching towards the heavens of your inner world, or a modest height with just a few sturdy rungs. The specific nature of the ladder is not significant, for this exercise is not about the object itself, but about the purity and clarity of your focused intention. Allow the image to form organically, inviting your imagination to fill in every conceivable detail, its perceived weight, the distinct texture of its material, the subtle shadows it casts. Consider its placement. Is it leaning securely against a wall, suspended in open space, or standing resolutely on its own? Now here is where the transformation begins. Shift your awareness from merely seeing the ladder to actively experiencing it. This is far more than a fleeting mental picture. It is an emerging inner reality. Feel the subtle energy of the space around the ladder, and most importantly, feel your own undeniable presence within this visualized scene. It is no longer a detached thought. It is a sacred space you have consciously entered. The ladder stands before you, palpably real to your mind, and by extension, undeniably real to your subconscious. This journey is not governed by the strictures of logic, but by the profound power of impression. For whatever the subconscious embraces and accepts as genuine, it will, with perfect fidelity, reproduce into your waking experience without the slightest hesitation. So, immerse yourself fully here. Do not just observe the ladder, own the scene. Believe in the palpable reality of this inner space. This is your profound moment to impress the very fabric of reality with the boundless power of your spiritual imagination. Now, we arrive at step 4, Imagine climbing the ladder. This is the pivotal moment where your inner landscape truly begins to shift and solidify. Do not merely gaze upon the ladder, actively, fully, and intentionally climb it within your profound imagination. Take that first conscious movement. Feel the subtle sensation of your foot rising, then firmly pressing down upon the very first rung. Acknowledge the shift in your body's weight as your hands instinctively grasp the sturdy sides. Become aware of every tactile detail. Is the metal cool and smooth beneath your palms, or is the wood rough and familiar to your touch? Does the ladder stand perfectly steady, or do you perceive a gentle, reassuring wobble as you ascend? Listen closely, for within this inner scene, you might even discern the soft creak of each rung responding to your weight, or the gentle rhythm of your own breath deepening as you gracefully climb higher. Do not hasten this experience. Ascend slowly, deliberately, one rung at a time. This is not a fanciful game of make-believe. This is the profound principle of assumption in motion, a deliberate act of inhabiting your desired reality. The vital key here, my friends, is to infuse this experience with such vivid sensation that your physical body itself begins to subtly respond. You might notice your heart beating with a quiet energy, or a faint tension in your hands as they grip. You may even perceive a delicate, almost imperceptible feeling of vertigo as you glance downwards from your imagined height. These are precious indicators that your practice is working, for the subconscious mind does not require logical confirmation of an event's objective reality. It needs only to feel it as real within your being. And when you impress this imagined climb deeply enough, when your entire nervous system genuinely believes it's happening, then, with divine precision, your outer world will begin its powerful reorganization in harmonious response. So, continue your climb. Let this experience become not just real to you, but profoundly real within you. Not in some distant future, not on an unspecified tomorrow, but now, in this sacred, potent space between waking and sleep, where your imagination blossoms into pure creation. Finally, we arrive at step 5. Write the sentence. Upon awakening in the morning, and only then, as you emerge from the depths of your inner work, gently reach for a notepad or journal. With clear intention, write down this simple sentence, but just once. I will not climb a ladder. Understand that this is not meant to be a repetitive affirmation, nor is it an attempt to consciously persuade yourself. Rather, it serves as a profound signal to your subconscious, confirming that the imaginative act you performed has already been divinely completed within the unseen realms. Why specifically in the morning? Because during your time in Sats, you have already deeply impressed the image and the feeling of climbing upon your subconscious. Now, in your waking state, you are sealing that impression by gently presenting a surface-level contradiction. It is this deliberate contrast, this gentle friction between the spoken word and the felt reality, that acts as a potent trigger, compelling your subconscious to orchestrate its outward manifestation. So, write the sentence once, without dwelling on its meaning or overthinking its purpose. Then simply proceed with your day, observing with an open heart. This entire experience, my dear ones, was never truly about a physical ladder. It was, from its very inception, about undeniable proof. Proof that you need not ceaselessly strive, desperately chase, or humbly beg for your desires to manifest. You only need to attune your spirit and feel your desired reality as utterly real within your imagination. And once you have achieved that sacred inner knowing, the outer world, in its divine wisdom, faithfully follows suit. Therefore, I encourage you, use this profound insight not merely for further experiments, but as a foundational principle for your entire life. Apply it to the deep desires you hold within your heart, to the grand outcomes you may have postponed, or to the very things you once believed were too immense or too distant to grasp. You have now witnessed with your own being how the fabric of reality graciously bends when your conscious imagination, guided by the Spirit, leads the way. So now, dare to imagine something truly grander for yourself. And this time, with this newfound wisdom, Do not wait. If this truth has resonated deeply within your spirit, I invite you to share your resonance by typing "I feel it real" in the comments below. Then rest in the serene, knowing that what is truly yours is not far off. It is, in fact, already profoundly present, simply awaiting your inner perception to bring it forth.